What's going on, guys? Welcome back, guys and girls. Today we're going to be looking at the new 3-pack for the Marvel Legends series, featuring Venom, Marvel's Riot, and Agony. Let's look at the box. You got some artwork of Venom, Agony, and Marvel's Riot. You got the Marvel Legends emblem or logo down there. You got the Venom logo there, and you got some bio here. You can pause that and read that if you'd like. You got some bio on Venom, Agony, and Riot. The box is actually decent, man. It's not too crazy, but it's not super basic. So I appreciate that, and it's got really nice artwork here, man. Venom's looking cool, Riot's looking ferocious, and Agony's just coming out of nowhere to provide some agony on whoever she is about to jump on there. Not sure if they're fighting against each other or with the disagreement on gas prices or whatnot. But yeah, man, enough of the talking. Let's get these guys and girl out the package. All right, here we got them out of packaging. They all come with accessories, interchangeable hands, which is really cool. Venom's got an extra head sculpt. Riot does not have a head sculpt, neither does Agony, but they do come with one hand. Riot comes with one hand and Agony comes with two hands, so that's very cool. So out of the three, we're gonna look at Agony first. She does come with two sets of hands, fisted hands, and then like open hands, right, like clawing hands. Her head sculpt is really nice. It's nicely painted. There's not much paint bleeding from the eyes into the face or from the face into the eyes. The teeth are sculpted nicely and filled in with white paint also. That's really cool. The hair is nicely sculpted also. You got this tail devilish kind of effect, symbol at the end of her mane, so that's really nice. The inside of her mane isn't much painted, but the outside it has like a little bit, mostly at the base of her hair sculpt. It has like highlights, like this darker I want to say magenta or something like that, something in that nature. But all along the hair is not much going on. You got some cool paint down here on the chest. Her torso and her chest is like this pink color, as well as it's on the arms, the wrists, hands, lower biceps, and the forearms, and it's also on her feet, on her shins, back of her legs, and on her feet. And then it goes down to her rear right here. So that's really cool. That's just some basic paint job, you know what I mean? Like, you get something a little bit different, which is really good. For articulation wise, the head does spin 360, and the head does not come attached. You have to actually pop it on. I just did it for the sake of the presentation of the figure. You do get a ball joint and a hinge on the head, so she can look down and then she can look up. So that's really nice. You do get a ball hinge joint at the arm, at the shoulder, so you can spin 360. You can swivel it out this way, that way. You got a swivel at the bicep. That's really nice, 360 motion. Double jointed elbow. That's really cool. That's a great feature. That's always a plus. I know a lot of figures don't come with it. Do get a joint at the wrist. You can swivel wrist 360 motion. You can rocket it here and there. So it's got some good range of motion. You got a ball joint at the torso as well, or upper torso. So that's really nice. You can lean her backward. You can lean her forward. So that's great. Ball hinge joints at the legs also. She can kick pretty high. She can kick backward. Swivel at the thigh. 360 motion. Double jointed knees. Mites are pretty stiff, but for the most part, they don't feel like they're gonna snap or break. So that's promising. You just got some paint residue in there that's basically holding it tight. It's building tension in there, and it's avoiding it, hindering it from movement. And then you do get a joint and ankle rocker at the ankle. You can spin it 360. It can move that much back, that much forward, and it spins 360. So that's really nice. These figures, for this Riot and her, look the most oily, so you might want to rub your figures down, wipe them down. So that's gonna be at the top of the list when you get these figures. But it's definitely a cool figure. I'm digging it, and we'll get into size comparisons later. Let's move on to the next character. So here we have Riot. He does come with an interchangeable fist hand. It's like a weapon formed accessory, right? It's like a blade. So this is basically the Monster Venom base mold. The paint ups on this guy is pretty cool, man. You got some black or like a darkish gray. Can't really tell. It's like almost like a purple, some kind of shade of black or purple, or I'm not sure what color that is, to be honest with you, but I like it. You get it scattered all over the body throughout the body mold. You got some on the back, not so much on the back of the legs, but it's on the shoulders, it's on the arms, hands, chest, the abdomen, and also the legs, feet. Oh, nothing on the feet, but on the lower legs and the upper legs, you get that like patching, that effect all over. It's the same color as his forehead also, and you get that blue all over the place, kind of like a royal blue. No, it's not a, I don't want to say royal blue. Maybe like it's like a combination of colors, right? Because the arms are darker. Then once you get to the shoulder, it starts to like get a little bit more lighter, as well as in the other side and your legs too. Once you get to the where the ball joint sits for the leg, it gets a little bit lighter, and down here it's mostly dark. And then on the neck too, on the back side, you get that same effect, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's not just one entire tone of blue, or shade of blue. So that's pretty cool. And the sculpting is awesome, man. You got his veins all over here, and his feet. You can see his claws, his nails, the claws on his hands, nails on his feet. And you get that veiny look all over the place. He's got some tentacles on the side, on his back, and on his one on his left shoulder, and then one on his right arm. So that's really nice. And then you got some of that effect, symbiote effect, sticking out of the back of his head. So that's really, really cool. So I'm digging that. That's cool, man. And this looks cool. This is basically the same base mold for Monster Venom, but it's awesome that they reused it for a figure that everyone would want. I know everyone wanted a Riot figure from the movie, from the Sony's picture Venom movie, so we didn't get that, but now you get them in comic, out of the comics. So that's really nice. So articulation for this guy, his head spins 360. He can look down. He can look up quite a bit and then down quite a lot. Ball joints at the elbow, spins 360. You can swing it out this way, and then it goes all the way back in. Swivel at the bicep, that's really nice. So that's really cool. Single jointed elbows, but you get a cool range of motion. So you can flex right there, like jump on Venom. Venom's gonna be like, oh dear lord, So, and then you get a swivel and joint at the wrist, so you can spin that 360. Wish we could have got fisted hands for him as well. That would have been dope. That would have been a cool feature, and you could have do a lot of photography with that and get, whoa, that's super tight. And then for the chest, you also get an ab crunch, so that's really cool. He can lean forward, he can look down, he can reach his feet. Then backwards, you can't really get much range of motion, but I mean, I doubt he's gonna be, he's just gonna be swallowing agonies and Venom's hits. He's not gonna be trying to run away or dodge, avoid contact. And then you get a swivel at the lower torso, so that's really cool. Spins 360, no problems there. Ball hinge legs, he can kick high, he can kick that much backward, and you can move them pretty side to side. That's really nice. Swivel at the thigh, spins 360, double jointed at the elbow, knees. You can basically you could get him in a good range of motion. So that's pretty cool, man. I'm surprised I don't see much photography on Monster Venom. And then you get a swivel at the shin, so that's really cool. So you can get him in a different, like in a running stance, or in a running pose or something, like climbing off the wall, like jumping off of the face of a building or something crazy. And then you do get a swivel and joint rocking ankle. You can spin that 360 as well, just like Agony and the rest of most of the figures in the Marvel Legends series. Now for the most anticipated figure, this is the figure that I wanted the most, was Venom, because I definitely love the design. I'm not sure what comic he appears like this in, but this is the one I definitely was looking forward. I know there's a bunch of different Venom figures, but this is the one that caught my eye. It comes with this amazing head sculpt, which is awesome. Look at that, like he's nicely sculpted and painted. His eye is like bloodshot red, if you can see that. That's really cool, man. Basically how his head sculpt looks on the packaging, on the artwork, that's basically what you're getting here. It looks dead on just like him. So he does come with an interchangeable head. This head looks similar to the movie version of him, and then he got his tongue sticking out, just trying to like whiplash somebody with his tongue, like, come over here, I'm gonna tongue you to death. and then you got some teeth right there showing. That's really nicely sculpted and painted. There's not much white bleeding into the red or vice versa, so that's really cool. I'm digging that, man. I'm sure customizers are gonna add all kinds of stuff to this to make it look realistic and slimy and horrifically nasty, you know. And then he does come with these fisted hands, and he comes with the open clawing hands, so that's really cool. I know people were talking about the shoulders being too small and whatnot, but you can always switch that down the road. But yeah, man, let's get into the figure, man. The head sculpt is great, like I mentioned earlier. You got some like tentacle, like symbiote effect, like like I guess he's showing his face, or maybe he got punched in the head so hard that, you know, his symbiote retracted off of his face or something. You got some tentacles on the back of his, right here on his shoulders. I do not believe they do not come off, so I mean, it doesn't look that bad though. It looks pretty cool. And you got this black all over the body, and you get his symbiote emblem on his chest, and it's connected to his back. So that's nicely painted. It's nicely filled in. I was really afraid, since they changed the windows on these figures, you know, we don't get plastic windows anymore. I was afraid that this was going to be you know, smudged or like ruined, or it was gonna have terrible QC issues. But mine's, it's not so bad, so I'm not, you know, I'm just glad that it did not come damaged or anything crazy. And for the articulation, his head does spin 360. Here, let's pop this head out. Good. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then you can put this head right, pop that one on. His head does spin 360, and he can look up, he can look down. So it's really cool that he's got some like a wide range of motion there. He's got ball hinge jointed shoulders, and he's got the butterfly joints, so you could basically get some really cool posing on him going on right there. That's really nice. And you can spin that 360, swivel at the bicep, so that's really dope. And then you get double jointed elbows, unlike Riot back there. That's really cool. Always a good feature. And you do get a joint swivel at the wrist, spin 360 on both sides. Ab crunch on the abdomen, on the torso. Spin. You can look down, you can look up, so that's really cool. Swivel at the lower torso, lower abdomen, so that's really nice. Ball hinge joint at the legs, at the upper thigh, so at the inner thigh, so you could kick. You can't kick back that much, but you can get his leg up pretty high. Swivel at the thigh cut, swivel 360. Double jointed elbows. Double jointed elbows is awesome. Digging that. No swivel at the shin like Riot, but you do get an ankle joint rocker pivot that spins 360. So that's really cool, man. So let's change his hands real quick. So that's really cool. There you go. Wish we could have got more hands for him, but this looks awesome. Before we go, we're gonna get into a size comparison. Here I've got a bigger figure out of the retro wave for Spider-Man. This is Marvel's Rhino. Here he is next to Venom. Let's compare him next to Venom. So he stands a lot taller than Venom. He makes Venom look very small. Let's set this guy to the side. Let's compare this guy with Riot. So back to back, they're about the same size. And here he is, Agony. She's very tiny. And that's it for the comparison. That's it for the video. Hope you've enjoyed. I'm excited for these figures. Like I said, Venom was basically the one that I was mostly excited about and looking forward to. But these other figures are great additions, man. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned. Catch you on the next one. Peace.